Welcome back, everybody, to The Legend of Zelda: The Wind Waker HD.
Aw, yeah! We're gonna go to a place where I'm not exactly proud to admit, but I was legitimately afraid of it when I first played this game. When I was 12.
I will say, so was I. Simply because the sound effect that plays. We'll get to it.
It's a kind of a scary place.
It's well done.
Yes.
Scary place.
So this basically is this kind of introduces the semi-stealth element of the game, in that you can just avoid some enemies. And
you're going to see me go through this place, and you're going to think, stealth? What?
I know, right? From what Jay Vizzo told me, because I haven't seen these videos yet, he bosses his way through.
Now, I do slip up a little bit, but basically you're going to see the entirety of Forsaken Fortress 1 in this video. Did
you get... I'll just let the video play out, and if it doesn't happen,
if you're asking about... There is a heart piece in here. I'm waiting until Forsaken Fortress 2 to get that.
Okay.
I'm
talking about something else.
It's just a more convenient time for me.
Oh, yeah. Dude, Forsaken Fortress 2 is like one of the best parts of the game. Because of reasons.
Oh, no.
Tetra, this is my favorite part, because it just cuts him in the barrel.
What the shit?
I don't think, he didn't even realize
he did
that
not
he put
realize him in there. It's like, wait, what the fuck?
He was glaring at the Forsaken Fortress so hard that they threw him into a barrel and put that on a catapult before he even noticed. It's awesome.
Link is not very perceptive in this game.
So this is another section that was in the demo that I would play.
Fuck you!
Goodbye!
Tetra's like, well, he's dead.
No, that's what the barrel is supposed to protect.
Black.
So when on the demo, they did not show this opening cutscene. You just start at the beginning without your sword. It's like, what? What? Where do I go? What do I do? The demo wasn't very well thought out.
I think the Best Buy demo, when they did this at for E3, it was this section of the game. So it kept the same portion of the game for the demo.
They're like,
okay, here's what you were going on about in part 1, because Link doesn't have a fairy in this game.
Yes.
So this is how they get around it.
His eyes.
And, of course, this thing.
Ah, yes, what's it called here?
It's...
Tetra's...
Stone of... whatever.
It has a name.
I know it has a name, but
I can't remember.
And fuck looking it up.
I can remember one thing about it, but that's
shit.
really... Nice save!
That was a close call.
But that's super spoilery, and I'm trying to avoid spoilers on this
yeah.
10-year-old game.
Yes.
Oh.
Oh shit. Oh shit.
Yes, if you get caught in those spotlights, you will get basically captured and thrown in prison.
You will see what that entails in just a moment, actually.
Because actually, it might be a tad faster to get captured.
Which is... Yeah, that's what I'm going to do here. I'm going to just intentionally let myself get captured.
So those mice suck, because...
Alright, check this shit out. You gonna hit me? Nope! So you can, in fact, get captured and get thrown in jail and not take damage.
The reason they throw the fire like that is the intended way for you to get past is to be hiding in a barrel.
Mm-hmm.
Because you get, like, 3 chances in a barrel before they'll even attack you.
Yes. You gotta climb all over the place. This convenient exit.
This also kind of expanded upon the crawling mechanic from Ocarina of Time.
Mm-hmm.
In that you could actually,
as in there kind of is one.
Yeah.
Whereas the crawling in Ocarina of Time is you're just going from one place to the next. Now you have branching paths and shit.
And you're able to crawl outside of crawl spaces.
Mm-hmm.
If you don't have your shield out and you hold the shield button, oh wow, that lighting just makes Link look awful.
If you don't have the sword.
The sword, yes. That's it. And if you're not ZL targeting.
Yes.
ZL
targeting. You will see
targeting.
this dick me over in a little bit.
Then if you move with that, you'll... Holding what R or ZR, whatever it is in this one, will make you crouch, and if you move, you'll crawl. Shoot, I had something else to say, but I got so distracted trying to say what I was currently saying that I've completely forgotten. Oh yeah, in Twilight Princess and I think Skyward Sword, they kind of pulled the crawling back to what it was in Ocarina of Time, Majora's Mask.
In Skyward Sword, you had crawl spaces where there were branching paths.
Yes.
Okay, so we don't have a weapon to fight this guy with, so let's just steal his.
Yes, this also introduced another aspect of this game that they introduced was using enemies' weapons. Most enemies will drop their weapon after they die, or you use a specific parry, or you just block it with your shield at the right time.
And that's what you're going to need to do here, block with your shield and pick up the thing. Or, in some instances, like the other two searchlight areas, there's a pot that's just full of those weapons. And you can just break that open. Most
of them are much bigger than Link, so he has a tough time using them as fast as his sword. But it's a very neat concept. And you can actually see it. It becomes even cooler later on when they introduce bigger enemies, like Dark Nuts, which are my favorite enemies of this game.
Oh yes, we will get there.
And this all ties in with the fact that Link is still much physically smaller than the foes he's fighting, which was a first of the series. So, the reason why he's taking out these searchlights is basically they're choke points where you can't get past without getting caught.
Mm-hmm.
So you just gotta take them all out.
Alright, reorient the camera. I have to mention, completely free camera in this game. I love it. Oh, shit.
It's pretty good.
It's the best camera system that a Zelda game has ever had.
Yes.
I can say that with 100% certainty.
So in in the Forsaken Fortress beyond the Moblins, they also have the Nene things and rats. Rats will steal your shit.
Who needs barrels, by the way?
Yeah. No, just just roll right past. Seriously, you're just powering through this.
Well
done.
I am gonna mess this up quite a bit. And I probably won't have to point out when it happens. Just like wait till he's facing the other way and just power through. Thank you, conveniently placed map thing.
He's like, who's there? Because you're totally not well lit.
Who's there? I'm already out the fucking door.
So this was kind of a neat thing, the Beamos type statue guy.
I don't get that treasure chest in this run of the Forsaken Fortress. There's just 10 rupees in there.
We'll be back.
And we will be back. Alright. So because I messed up, like, a jump and such, I'm all discombobulated. I'm, like, all the way the hell over here on the map.
Yeah, the Forsaken Fortress is basically laid out in a giant circle where you you can't quite make it all the way around.
No.
So it's kind of like a really closed-off horseshoe.
And those two searchlights that I took out really quickly, the third searchlight, the way to get up there is nowhere near the other two. So it's just like... So like, even... This was my second time going through this area all told. I never played the original game.
No, he hasn't.
So this was my second time overall going through this, and...
The original...
I was looking at my map, I'm like, where the hell am I? So now I'm in this place. So I'm just like, well... Fuck, I'm not supposed to be here yet. So then I'm like, well... I could try to go around, because I still have one more searchlight to take out.
Is Link left-handed in this?
I believe he is.
Okay. Right, because it doesn't use any of the motion controls.
That wouldn't make any sense, because it's not using the Wii Remote and Nunchuck, so there's no need to change his handedness.
It's kind of interesting.
This is what you're supposed to do.
Yes.
Because the Moblins are so fucking stupid.
They're not very bright.
And really, they're about as bad as Goombas. Like, seriously. Okay, and then I try to cool guy this, and then I jump to the first floor. I'm like, fuck.
Expeditious retreat!
Well, it's not exactly all that convenient to get to the door you need to get to from the side I entered in.
Yeah.
Really, you're supposed to come in from the other side, because then you really only have one moblin to deal with. And now I am one step away from being completely lost now. Because again, second time playing through the game. I'll just roll right through the middle of the room, don't mind me.
Link is the stealthiest of the Solid Snakes.
Alright.
Now I'm back at the prison.
Now I'm in a room with these fuckers. And I
Denny's.
don't have any means to deal with them.
They're annoying.
So, yeah, they are. They're annoying even when you can kill them.
Yes, because they take more hits than you think they would.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, no, this isn't the prison. This is the mess hall or kitchen or whatever.
Yeah. So I'm like, okay, where am I jumping here? Shit. Because I made the jump in the wrong direction, so I'm like, fuck.
Also, they can climb walls.
Yes, that's fucking annoying. But if I get up here, they don't seem to bother me. So
no,
that's a plus. I can focus on making this jump here. And I believe in here is the compass.
The compass that I don't think I've ever gotten.
There's a compass in this fucking place.
I did not know there was a compass in here.
So now I'm like, okay, where am I now in relation to everything?
But you can tell, like, with the stealth element and the kind of heartbeat-like music. It's a very tense place when you're
so I'm just
young.
like, I'm trying to figure out, okay, so if I don't mess up my jumps and go a certain number of doors, I will be able to reach that third searchlight.
So here's one thing they did that kind of makes the game look worse than it did in the GameCube version, in that they kept the same kind of lighting from the first version, but light sources have a more HD light to them. So it kind of makes Link look plastic and clay-like when he's up close.
Alright, here we go. That's the letter I was looking for.
Here's a tidbit about my life that I don't think you knew. I used to think cell shading was literally referring to how the shadows were rendered. As opposed to how textures were, or models were textured.
Here is where the whole crouching mechanic
Oh,
and not
God.
having a sword kind of dicks me over, because I'm like, I get out of Z targeting, it's like, fuck. You have to repress the shield button, it's like, ugh.
I like how the Bokobin freaks out and goes to grab another one.
Yes. Ow, shit. Now it happens again. And now you get to hear the lovely low health beeping for about 5 minutes.
It's actually not as bad as in certain other games, though.
True.
But Link's very expressive now. You know, hunched over.
Fuck this shit.
This was very much a game about making Link as expressive as they could.
Mm-hmm.
I think this is also the first one where he's, like, canonically blonde. Because I think in Ocarina of Time, he's still Link is still brunette, but it doesn't really look it. I don't know.
That's what happens. Alright. I'm gonna push that box down there. It's gonna help us out later.
Oh, yes, it'll allow for, it's a shortcut for the next time we come here.
Yes. I don't get the one that's on 3F out here. If
So
you
what?
can call it a 3F.
Yeah. So one thing that's really nice about this game, and other Zelda titles have used it, is that
Ladder detection!
yes, ladder detection's still awful. That's one thing. Like every Zelda's bad with ladder detection. How you can move boxes for box puzzles is lowered into the ground.
See, now I'm in the same room I was just in like 5-6 minutes ago. Only this time I only have one moblin to deal with in order to get to that door up there.
Also, the light is off. But you can see what I mean regarding the lighting, right?
I don't actually have anything to compare it to because I never played the original game.
Right. You'll have to see the original. All in all, it's an improvement on, for the most part. This is just a bit of what I think could have been done better.
They call that nitpicking.
I know. And if you saw back there's a little bit of... Oh, never mind. I thought that was just lighting clipping through the wall, but there's actually a source above it.
Alright. The only reason I'm using this barrel is because that moblin is going to be like, yo, I'm going to go this way.
You really can't avoid them without it. Not without, like, super elite Zelda skills.
The super lead YOLO 420 Blaze swag.
I was gonna say you're missing swag. Hype. No, hype is pretty... isn't...
Hype is hype, yo.
Man, like... I was so hyped driving home today with my new copy of Pokemon X and Y and my new Pokemon X and Y Red 3DS.
Through this.
It only cost me like an entire paycheck of wages, but it was worth it.
Alright. Now we're past that guy. And now we get to why we turned those, why we got rid of those enemies that were manning the searchlights.
This is the first Zelda title to introduce sidling,
and this is my first criticism of the game.
Sidle detection could be better.
It's not great because you can't have the control stick neutral.
No.
and go into sidling.
You have to be basically pushing forward into a wall.
Yes.
So if he hadn't turned the spotlights, there would be a big one right in the middle of this.
And you can't... I'm pretty sure it's impossible to get past.
No, you can't. No.
And the low health beeping goes away.
Yep.
Finally.
Thankfully, sidling is only really rampant, or really a prominent part in this, and then like one other dungeon. And then it just kind of shows up. Those spikes look a lot different.
Alright, we got our sword back. Awesome.
And now here comes...
Well, shit, get the sword out.
Oh, yeah, parrying. One thing you won't see is the fatal blow where he jumps and plunges the sword into an enemy. That was not introduced until Twilight Princess.
Well, we'll see a thing like it, but I don't want to talk about it.
Oh, yeah. No, that's not till way late. No. Let's not talk about that now.
This is not the appropriate time to talk about that.
Oh, hey, it's Errol and like 2 other girls.
Well, have one thing in common. Pointy ears.
So one thing that got me when I first saw the trailer was that girl with the blonde hair and the pink dress. I totally thought was going to be Zelda.
Don't spoil it. Well, shit.
Oh man, that's so close. This is a very good section of the game.
Alright, check this shit out. Get the fuck out of here.
It just gives me goosebumps how well that... Just the amount of not giving a fuck he has.
Ganondorf takes no shit.
Spoilers! It's not like anyone could guess that on their own. It's not like I didn't guess that until, like, the end. Well, at least he won't drown.
Dude, you have a weird name.
What are these, numbers?
Who has numbers in their name?
What are you, Bavarian? I think it was a Bavarian couple that tried to do that. Might have been British. I don't know. I'll have to look that up later. We'll put it in the annotation.
No, we won't.
No, who's talking?
That's too much work.
Seriously, who's there?
Oh, a talking boat. I always wanted one.
Oh, this is also another really good aspect.
And so here we have the King of Red Lions.
Such a great name. And that's a very Eastern design for his lion face.
Also, you said spoilers, so I was spoiling something that was going to be revealed in story 1 minute after I said it.
Well, no, he said Ganon.
Well, Ganon implies pig guy.
Yeah.
But that was clearly not pig guy.
God, we need more games with pig guy.
Ganon Bat Pig.
I'm just gonna call him Pig Guy now. Pig Guy cannot be defeated by human hands. It's like a 90s villain.
You dare bring light into my lair? You must die.
It's like a Captain Planet villain. Pig Guy. He's like Duke Nukem or God, that's the only...
So we now have our next objective, getting a sail.
That not trombone, sousaphone, tuba. It's one of them big old brass instruments.
Big old brass instruments.
Big old brass instruments.
And on that note, we will go on a search for a sail in part 3. See you then.